A lot of people say that communication is really important, especially powerful communication. A lot of people ask me, how can I be more powerful in my communication? And then I ask them, what do you mean about powerful communication? Well, I mean, how can I transfer my message? How can I sell my message to people so that I don't feel a lot of resistance or a lot of objections when I sell them an idea or some kind of subject or a change in behavior. I don't want that resistance that I meet. I want people to say, yes, that's a good idea. So if people should say it's a good idea, they should acknowledge ahead that the way they do today gives them certain problems with certain consequences they want to avoid. Or they should have the acknowledgement that, oh, there's a better way which is more attractive and I can get something out of it. I can achieve something by changing. If I don't see what's in it for me, I'm not ready for change. That's human, that's natural, we know that, but we don't use it a lot of times. Sometimes we just present a plan as a manager. Listen, girls and guys, this is the plan. Here's the plan, how we're going to do it differently from now on. We are going to be more structured in our planning. We are going to call more customers. We are going to have more meetings or whatever. And we just tell the plan and just present it. And then people say, oh, why do we do this? This is stupid. I don't want to change. And why don't we do it in a different way? We get a lot of objections. Why? Because we didn't prevent that kind of resistance. And we can actually prevent it. How? By letting people see the problems about the way they do it today and what they can achieve by doing it differently. So let's have an example. I'm a manager trying to sell an idea to some employees about, I know that they should be more structured in their planning, but that's not what I'm telling them. I'm starting by saying, we're doing quite well, we saw the figures, we're doing well, we're doing good, and we have a lot of new customers, we sold a lot of our solutions, and we have satisfied employees. What we see now is that we have so much to do that we also miss some opportunities. We are a little stressed, we are a little confused. We have so many tasks now that it's difficult to prioritize. How many of you feel that? Yes, we do. What do you feel, Jan? What do you feel, Charles? And so on. And then we involve them and ask them, well, I see that because we have a lot of work, which is good, we also miss some opportunities and make some mistakes, and some customers are angry, or we don't help our colleagues, so they are more stressed, and we see this is not working in the long run. Okay, what would happen? Then I'm trying to make them see what would happen if you continue the way you do today. If they don't see the consequences that every day will accumulate into a catastrophe one day. If they don't see that, they don't have the burning platform to change, because it's going fine right now. But if you continue, if you don't turn a little bit today, you will end up where you're heading, and we have to make them see where they're heading. So they say, well, if you continue, some people will simply break down or get stressed or take leave or whatever it is. Okay, and how would we like it to be? Well, we would like it to be so that we increase, we grow, but still happy and helping each other, and remain the quality that we think is necessary, and so on. Okay, so that could be a way of preventing ahead to selling the idea, so they acknowledge that they need to do something differently. They'll probably at this moment be ready to see, what can we do? And I'll ask them, what could we do? Well, we have to plan more, be more structured, be more aligned in our prioritization, and so on. Okay, that's nice. And then I could say, well, we thought a little bit about it, and then I could show them something. I could show them we have a plan if we are more structured and we adjust expectations with each other and have these meetings and blah, blah, blah. Then I could introduce and present the plan, and they would be able to see, that's good, that's a good solution to the problems we just attended earlier. After that, when I show them the plan, I would then relate to their daily life and say, how could we do it? Where could we be more structured? What will it take from us? Charles, you said before, what would it take for you to be more structured? Well, then I would have to talk with my manager about the tasks, the pipelines I have ahead, the pipeline, the tasks that I have ahead of me the next 2 or 3 months, and prioritize and so on. Okay, and how could you adjust expectations? Where would it be important to do? And I relate to daily life situations. So this is a model, actually, you see it over here. First you prevent, and it says you ignite the audience regarding the subject and kill possible objections. Sounds drastically, you kill the objections, but you do actually, you at least avoid them because they see the why, they see the need of change. And you really ignite them. When we talk about ignite the audience, it means that they are eager to hear a solution. Can you help us? Now we talked about our problems. Don't leave us in the world of problems. Help us with a solution. Oh, funny you asked, because I actually have a plan. Sometimes you have a plan, or you can involve them on a plan. If you have a plan, you present it, present the subject, the plan, preferably with good example, it says, so you have some examples how to emphasize why the plan is good. And then you relate, you give the audience the value, you let them see the value of that subject, the plan, the solution, the product, and they can connect it to themselves and their daily life situations. If we see it here, drawn here, then we actually do it like, oh, I'll take another one. Then we do like this. We actually start with spending some time on preventing the subject. Then we spend a little time here in presenting the plan, the product, the idea, just so that they understand. And then afterwards, we spend a lot of time relating to daily life situation to make them see how should this be implemented, how should I adapt, what should I do differently in daily life, so it's not what you should not do anymore, but also what to do. So this structure here is only the plan, the idea, the tool, and then you have to know how to use it. Is it also like that in private life? Yes, it is. Of course it is. If you want to sell an idea to a teenager, it's exactly the same. If you want them to make more homework. So what you want to present is a plan how to make more homework, but maybe you don't have the whole plan. You want them to participate and take ownership of that plan. You start by talking to them about their dive. You meet them where they are. That's the secret here. You meet them where they are. So you go along with the resistance and say, well, as a young person, you're 15 years old, you like to play and be with your friends and be on your iPhone or whatever they do, and go to dancing or riding or go-kart or football. I understand that. In the same time, you would like to be better at school and to secure that later on you'll be successful in life and have enough money and be satisfied and so on. So it's difficult to combine. What do you say about that? Yeah, and then after a talk, you will present, maybe we should do some structure so that you can make your homework, be better in school, but still have time for other things. What do you think about that? Oh, that would be brilliant. Could you help me? Yes, as a matter of fact, I can. And then you talk about the plan, have some ideas, and then say, how could it be done? Which days should it be? How would you do it? And so on. So you actually sell the idea. And no matter if you are a manager, if it's a salesperson where you have to talk to customers about, well, we know that people want to educate their people and their employees, but they don't have the time. When you don't have the time, you don't get better, but when you have the time, then you maybe cannot afford it. So if you say you haven't got the time to change today, there will be a day where you have a lot of time, because you will simply be out of business. So that's also a way of preventing and then afterwards relating where should we start and how should we do it. This is a way of getting powerful communication. If we look at how people who don't have powerful communication do today, they do like this. Spend just a little time on preventing, a lot of time about presenting the plan, where people in their minds have bigger and bigger black monkeys on their shoulder saying, this is not a good plan, I have a lot of resistance, I object about it, and then they don't spend more than a couple of minutes to relate and say, is it good for you? Could you use it? Blah, blah, blah. And they only get a lip acceptance, they don't get the stomach acceptance, they don't get the change, the ownership. So try to think about it when you present something. Talk with your people, with the people you're with, meet them where they are before you just talk to them, because nobody will change if you just talk to them. Speak with them and involve them, and then you'll see what happens. It will be a huge, huge difference.